We have a unique one here. This is Brian's 68 Valiant 100. Let's check it out. We got a little wet day today in California. That's okay because they're few and far between if you don't count last year. Right. Brian, tell us about your Valiant. 68?
68
100.
Valiant 100 absolute base model. Doesn't have any trim options. Nothing. Started life as a 170, 3 on the tree, 13-inch rims, 9-inch drums, 0 option car. So when I got it, half the engine was in the trunk. So I rebuilt the 170.
So you towed it? You had to tow it?
Yeah, I had to haul it back to my buddy's place. And
okay.
I just like the old story, hone it, ring it, did a valve job on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Got rid of the 3-speed, put an aluminum 4-speed overdrive out of a Dart Light, 8 3/4 rear end, 355 sure grip. Changed it over to big bolt pattern, 15x7 steel rims. Came off of like I'd say a mid to late 80s Chrysler product. It's got 11 3/4 inch rotors.
Wow.
Sway bar, an old quick ore sway bar, which mimics the original one, only they're super thick. Pin type calipers on it. I flipped the spindles to keep the calipers mounted in the traditional spot that a 68A body has, so I could clear the sway bar. Other than that, yeah, it's just that's what I did. I drove it around a long time, and I finally got my hands on a good brand new 225. So it now has a 225 in it, it really needed it with the overdrive.
Sure.
The 170 did not have the legs.
But your suspension and brakes and all that could theoretically even support a big block, right?
Well,
so
yeah,
this car is overbuilt for the motor.
Right.
Huh?
It's got
that's cool.
The torsion bars and the leaf springs are the same part number as a 340 car. I got them out of a 72 Valiant that came with the heavy duty suspension and the rear end and all that. So, same part number. So
this is it's got to be a good handling machine, right?
Yeah. It actually, yeah.
6-cylinder and really all that suspension.
It's just not really quick.
Right.
But it stops great.
I'll bet.
And it,
giant brakes.
Yeah, and it handles as good as I'll ever need. I'm not into road racing, but I mean it sure handles better than the original 13-inch wheel, car that it began life as.
Right.
And so yeah, here I can open up the hood if you'd like to see.
Let's check out the 225. Do you think most 100s came with a 170, or could you?
I don't know if you. Yeah, that was standard equipment. Was a 170. In a Valiant, that was the base Slant 6.
Okay, so no options on this car, so that would make sense that it just had a 170.
It came. There's not one option. This car came. It's
so
one
you
of
got
those cheapest car on the lot type things.
Right.
And basic white.
Somebody'd buy this, teach their kids to drive or whatever. Yeah.
Or grandma that paid for it with her coin purse.
So.
But I changed it to a 22-inch radiator with a factory shroud, and it's basically just a stock 225.
So the original radiator, what are they? The opening is the same, but they have a little bracket, right? That kind of takes up the space.
I don't know. Are they 18-inch or whatever? Yeah, they're the smaller radiator. So this, when I was putting it together, you could still wander the wrecking yards and find all this stuff.
Yeah.
So the shifter I got out of one of those Dodge vans out of the 80s, where the shifter's bent forward, and I just heated it up and I bent it to mimic, a late 60s, early 70s A-body vent seat shifter.
Let's check out the shifter.
Only it's painted black. It's not chrome. Doesn't say Hurst on it. But the shifter mechanism itself and everything is a Hurst. That came with all the aluminum 4-speeds.
Yeah.
Little clock hanging under the dash is wrecking yard find. It's actually out of some 60s Ford. It used to be mounted up on a dash or something. I flipped it upside down and hung it there just because Well, I don't have a good reason. I just did because I thought it was cool.
It is cool.
But
definitely unique.
some Ford guy probably tell me what that thing came out of. I don't know. Maybe he wants one real bad.
Maybe he does.
Yeah. Then I put the little reverse light that came with 4-speed, factory 4-speed car.
Right? See that there?
You know, I had to do that just because, you know, if you're going to do it. See, so if it's in reverse, it gets the little reverse light. I just was tweaking out and just felt I needed to put that in the car. But just stock interior. But yeah, these were the last two-door A-body that nobody wanted these. You know, they were like,
nobody wanted them. Now everybody wants them.
Yeah, I used to look at them and go, who the hell would want one of these cars? You know,
Right.
as I had my Swinger and I was ripping around in that, I thought these were ridiculous. And now it's grown on me. I really like this car. It's comfortable.
Yeah, right? It's a daily driver?
Yeah, and I can actually pass a gas station with it.
Right. Yeah, plenty of torque in these motors.
Yeah.
Good gas mileage. It's going to handle better than a V8? Sure.
Yeah. So...
Well, super cool. You know,
runs.
there is nothing more exciting than
Yeah.
a driving video in a Slant 6 car.
Yeah, the quiet Slant 6 where you can hear the alternator more than you can hear the engine.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Let's do this!
Yeah, burn rubber.
Radical. How the wipers work.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
But I do think you could use some wiper blades.
Yeah, the wipers wipe.
Skipping around a little bit.
Yeah, I better stop for this guy. This bar of soap shaped car.
Aluminum housing on a 4-speed. Noisy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you hear them. Yeah, they don't deaden the sound as much as iron cases do. But with the engine being so quiet in this car, you hear every little groan, every little rattle, just stuff that, you got a loud car, most people don't even realize that something is rattling. But it's okay. It's kind of nice once in a while just to have a car that doesn't beat your senses all to hell. But yeah, I'm not going to win any drag races in it. You know, it'd be kind of tough to get a speeding ticket.
Well, that's what's funny about it, because it's got the big wheels on it. I think people would see it and think that you have some sleeper or something, you know?
I get people all the time that pull up next to me in some loud, stupid mobile. LS powered this or Coyote powered that. And, you know, they have to display to me their superior horsepower. It's like, that's great, but I really don't care. But enjoy. I don't know. My thoughts are just make something run good, make it reliable. I'm happy with that. I guess I'm easy to please.
Well, as we age, our priorities kind of change, and I think, you know, most guys driving around in old Mopars have the same mindset where we just want to have something that's reliable but got character and something we can work on. Yep.
Yeah, you know, different agencies have enough of my money, you know, through speeding tickets and fines and all that, you know, I figure I've given them enough money. I don't feel like handing out anymore.
All right, let's get this thing up to 80.
Hey, got a half hour? Hey, it told me to slow down. See?
Look at
Wow, what a hot rod. The street is telling me to slow down.
When you had the 170 in it, I bet that light never came on. The slow down light.
Only if somebody rear-ended me. Yeah, what a difference. I got so used to driving it with the 170 where you had to drive it like an old Dawn turbo diesel truck where you always had to keep it spooled up, keep your momentum going, keep it in the right gear.
Yeah. And all the Priuses were passing you.
Oh, yeah, old ladies pushing a shopping cart were passing me. But it's now, it's got more torque. So, I can just grunt it. And like this little rise right here, it's in third. If I had the 170, I'd have to really shove it. Now it doesn't even know. It doesn't even show any signs of trying.
No downshift.
It just cruises.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, the 170, I was like pushing it way past what it was designed to do. It's not a bottom end torque motor, for having super tall gears. With the overdrive, I think it comes up to like a 280 or 270 rear axle with 15-inch rims. Yeah, it's insane to expect a 170 to do anything with that. So, yeah. I gotta say, the 225s, anybody who's going to build one of these, yeah, don't bother doing it with a 170. You'll just be really disappointed.
It seems like 225s are plentiful enough that
that's the other
people
thing.
shouldn't have to build a 170.
Yeah, I just did it because I had it. It was there.
Right.
Not the straightest. When I bought it, the front fender was crushed.
This driver's side fender?
Yeah, so I used to be able to do that. I just went out in the wrecking yard, got another one, rattle canned it white. The door was straight till my girlfriend's wonderful neighbor backed all the way across the cul-de-sac and crushed it. So I got another door, bought it online, came out of St. Louis, Missouri. So you can see a little bit of rust in the front. So I'll find another door. I'm not going to bother fixing this one. And when that happens, then I'll probably block the whole car and paint it.
Just paint it. Paint it original color?
Yeah.
Which is what we're looking at, right? It's kind of like a little off-white.
Yeah, it's
okay.
a Mopar. Got a couple of drops of black in it or something. But
yeah, right.
yeah, if it was just straight white, it just doesn't sit right. It's got to have a little bit of tone in it.
Right.
But yeah, the original black plates.
And then that's probably dealer installed striping, pinstripe, maybe?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's vinyl, and it's
Yeah,
it's
it'd be
not.
cool to duplicate that.
Oh, I will.
Just kind of period correct,
I
right?
might actually, if I paint the car, do it like in a metallic blue that matches the interior.
Yeah, cool.
I was thinking about that. Just a real thin blue line would look kind of cool on it.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thanks for showing us this car.
Yeah.
I think the viewers will dig it.